Mapping a trail requires physical friction. To produce original data, someone must buy gear, ride the route, track GPS telemetry, and photograph the ground conditions. This is AleLublin, a regional cycling and skiing guide. Its creator is a Level 5 Google local guide who documents niche off-road routes that don't exist on standard maps. If you ask Google's AI overview, the response is glowing. It identifies the blog as highly useful and an authoritative regional source. The AI even cites the author's metrics, noting their local guide status and history of over 200,000 views. But if you search for that exact same domain in standard Google search, the results are empty. The index claims the site does not exist. This isn't a dead link. Google's own analytics software continues to track real users successfully visiting the blog and engaging with the content, even as the search engine remains blind to it. We are seeing a state of functional censorship. The content is public on a server, but the internet's primary gateway renders it invisible. To understand why the legacy index is blocking a functional site, we have to look at how Google's crawler is spending its time. This crawl stats report from inside Google Search Console shows a massive anomaly. Over 80% of the crawler's requests are hitting temporary redirects. On paper, it looks like the site is trapped in a technical loop. But after an investigation by a Diamond product expert, the verdict was surprising. The site's code isn't actually broken. The redirects are healthy and functioning exactly as they should. The issue is resource management. Because this blog sits on a free subdomain, the system allocates a very low crawl budget. Starved of time, the crawler incorrectly reports healthy redirects as errors to save processing power. Legacy search isn't failing to read the site. It is protecting its own computing resources by letting independent creators fall out of the index. However, there is a second, entirely separate system operating on the same network that doesn't have these limitations. This is the AI ingestion pipeline. These models bypass the crawl limits and filters blocking legacy search, directly extracting expert data. This allows the AI to synthesize the creator's research and serve it as a direct answer. The user's question is satisfied instantly, but the creator receives zero referral traffic and no ad revenue. It's a two-tiered system. One pipeline is designed to ingest your work for free, while the other ensures you receive no credit for it. In the late 90s, economists Hal Varian and Carl Shapiro outlined the rules of the new digital economy. They described a grand bargain. Creators bear the high cost of producing information, and search engines provide the distribution that makes that work sustainable. By extracting value without returning traffic, this new architecture breaks that bargain. The platform captures the utility of the information, while the creator bears 100% of the production costs. This creates a fundamental gap in the system. Artificial intelligence is incredibly efficient at synthesizing existing data, but it is physically incapable of observing changes in the real world. If a bridge on a local cycling route collapses today, no AI model can predict it or think it into existence. A human must physically go there, see the wreckage, and record the fact. That human must spend time and money to publish that observation. But if the dominant gateway to information makes those pages invisible, there is no longer any incentive to do the work. This is the core of the current legal battle between publishers and search monopolies. Regulators are beginning to ask if this extraction model is sustainable for the open web. If we algorithmically starve the people doing the physical work, in an age of infinite AI answers, who will pay to discover the next fact?